Okay, we have been working on this worksheet, and I didn't do mine because I did mine on the board, but you should have all of your values on all of your sides of your object, referencing this light source with cast shadows. That's step 1. When you're done with this, we have step 2, which are more complicated shapes, but they aren't round. That means each side is going to be its own tone. So like this side is only going to have one shade. Don't make it multiple shades, okay? And something that I like to do is I like to kind of draw arrows to show me where my light source is coming from. So that kind of helps me figure out, okay, where's the highlight and where's the shadow? Now in all of these, we've got highlights and shadows, and I always like to start with the shadows first. And I don't think these are sitting on a plane, so I don't think they have drop shadows, okay? So if the light is on this side, then the darkest shadow is going to be on this side. So I'm gonna start by filling all of those in. And I'm trying to be neat and tidy. Don't scribble. No scribbling allowed. Okay. And this one would be super dark too, because that sun, it wouldn't hit it. So I'm gonna make this one super dark. I have to kind of play make-believe. If this were a real sun, would that be in shadow or would it be light? If this object were real. Okay, I've made darkest shades. Now when you're drawing, you can reference the value scale on our first value page, and that's super helpful. So I've got number 8 done. We're good. Let me put a little check there. Okay, now I'm gonna think about 7, 6, and 5. Okay, so my second darkest, like my 7, would be here, right? Because my light is shining here. It would hit these and part of that, but not that really, but a little more than those. So I'm gonna go just a smidge darker than the ones next to it. And I'm trying to make the whole shape the same value. Okay. This shape, I think, would be similar, or maybe the same darkness as this, because this is the opposite of that. I missed that one. So let's go for a dark shape over here too. So on our value scale, I'm gonna call this one an 8, this one an 8, this one a 7, and this one an 8 or a 7. I can't decide. Now, the next shapes, if my sun's hitting this way, it'll hit these first. So these two shapes are secondary, and I think they'd be more of a 4 or 5. So I'm gonna try my hardest to stay inside that triangle. And if I mess up and get outside of it, I'm gonna stop and erase my mess up line. That's cool, it doesn't matter. We always mess up, we're human. In art, you have to come to terms with your own humanity. We are not perfect beings, we're far from it. And so learning how to be an imperfect human is kind of pinnacle, right? Okay, I'm gonna blur my eyes and decide. Am I close? Pretty close. So we'll call this maybe like a 4 or 5. I'm just trying to think about it a little more analytically. Maybe this one's a 5. Maybe this one's a little darker. Oh, I went outside the line. I'm gonna stop and erase. Neat and tidy, people. Neat and tidy. Okay, they're very similar, but I think I want to make this one even darker, maybe more toward that 7 shade. And I need to make the whole shape the same value. Take some time, it takes some thought. If you don't get them all done, it's okay. All right, yeah. Well, it's almost all the same shade. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna call this a 5 or 6. We'll just call it 5 for good measure. Now these are our brightest. Out of these 4 shapes, I bet that's the brightest. So that is a number 1. That's our highlight. This is our second brightest. This is a number 2, and that's going to be awfully hard to color in really, really lightly. Oh my gosh. Pressing lightly is really hard for me. Whew, that's pretty good. So we'll call this one a number 2. And then I think this one might be a good number 3 because the sun's there. So it could be a 2 or 3, maybe in between. Maybe a smidge darker than that too, just to show the change in angle. And I think this one up here, this one's a 2 as well. Uh-oh, I forgot to put my name on it. Miss Emily. Okay, so now I have a pretty convincing value drawing. Do this for all of them. If you have any questions, ask and have fun.